Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Robuilder YouTube channel. Today, I'm doing another Build My Life video. In this one, we're going to talk about meeting other YouTubers. I've met and hung out with 2 YouTubers. I've met a couple more, but didn't really hang out with them all that much. Anyways, the 2 we're talking about today is Funky Squad HD and Znak. If you don't know who either of these guys are, man, you're really missing out. Anyways, when we were getting this video together, I realized that all of these events happened within the last 5 years. I thought that was crazy. I genuinely thought I was a lot younger when this stuff was happening, but I guess not. Anyways, in 2019, when I met both of these guys, it was really cool because at that time, all of my friends were online. So getting to go from a Discord call to actually hanging out with them was pretty cool. Guys, we gotta start with Funky. He and I have been friends for almost 10 years, give or take, and we talk like daily online, at least at this time. This is my boy, you know? As I said before, I'm just now realizing all this happened more recently than I thought. In 2019, Funky and I were on our typical Discord call, and then we had the idea that we should hang out one day. Funky at the time didn't want to take a plane to where I live, so I offered to drive and pick him up. I think he thought I was joking when I said it, but I was very serious. I asked my mom if she wanted to go on an adventure to the East Coast, and that morning we set out to pick up Funky Squad. It was like a 13-hour drive, and we definitely took it on an impulse. We ended up with so many toll slips from traffic, man. It was definitely a little more expensive than I thought it was gonna be. But even with all the tolls and everything like that, the trip was still very exciting and very worth it. After we picked up Funky, he was supposed to stay for a week. We'll get into that towards the end of this story, but you know, it didn't really happen that way. Anyways, he was supposed to stay for a week. We did a bunch of stuff. Where I come from is like city-ish. Well, half and half. It has parts that look like a small Chicago and other parts that look like a cornfield. And then another cornfield and, you know, another one after that. Anyways, my hometown's definitely a weird one. Of course, I had to show Funky my cool scooter tricks, guys. At the time, I was big into skate park. You know, scooter, skateboard, all that stuff. So, we headed to the skate park. I had some other recreational things I like to do. Sky Zone, the arcade, you know, fun stuff. Just having good trampolines at my fingertips, man. Just something about it. So nice. In the arcade, I don't really remember much. Probably trashed him in air hockey, but, you know, I'm kind of a god at air hockey. Now, guys, after the trampolines at Sky Zone, the arcade, the skate park, all the fun stuff, we went back to my house. And guys, I have 2 trampolines, or at least had at this time, in the backyard. They were close together, so with enough power, you could jump from one to another. I'm just trying to set the scene for you guys, because this story is both the best and the worst moment of the entire visit with Funky. Our dear friend and hero of this tale, Funky decided he was gonna make the leap. This was his big moment for the world to see his big hops. And when he jumped, guys, it didn't work. Guys, he jumped from one trampoline and landed halfway in between the first and the second one. His head hit the bar of the second one. His legs were still on the first one. And my man, Funky Squad HD, folded like a lawn chair. I thought he was a goner. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought he was a goner. If you saw it, it was bad. I don't think I'll ever forget that moment, even if I tried. But man, he was all good, guys. It was a great moment. We both laughed about it. He wasn't seriously hurt or anything. It was hilarious. Now, as I said earlier, Funky was supposed to stay a week, but I think he got a little homesick. He ended up leaving a little early. I got him a plane ticket to head back home because neither of us wanted to do that drive again. But after finding out the dates were a bit mixed up, the plane ticket fell through. His grandma ended up getting him a train ticket and he got home safe and sound. Shortly after that, I got to go to Norway. Also, Funky, if you happen to see this, I don't think you ever paid me back for that plane ticket, my boy. Anyways, guys, some details of the Norway trip are still a little messy. I can't stress this enough. I'm just now realizing this all took place in 2019. Like, that's wild to me. Anyways, after Funky left, we got back to our normal Discord shenanigans. And this one was in a call with Funky and Znak. If you can't tell by now, I'm a very impulsive person. If I could go do something, I will. So we were here chatting with Znak and Funky on a Discord call. It was a humid July, and maybe we're all joking about visiting. The conversation came up, and we was like, hey, why not go to Norway? And there's not many chances to go overseas and see new countries. So I definitely wanted to go. Now, I was the only one that ended up going. I still don't know what kept Funky behind, but he was fresh off the trip to see me. Now, guys, Norway.
Bag has been obtained. And out of request from Mr. Znak, I'm gonna put the camera away until we know each other a little bit.
Hey, guys, going over there was like a different world in front of my eyes. Everything was so peaceful and beautiful. Everyone had their doors left open or unlocked, like the wide open doors that still, you don't really see that in America. It was fun and scary at the same time. On the second night in Norway, guys, I got very, very homesick. I've never been that far away from home, and I missed my dog so much. I had to video call my mom so she could put him on the phone. And I still have Buster to this day. He's a great dog. If you want to hear the story of Buster, I have another Build My Life called My First Pet or something. Anyways, we'll get off this happy homesick stuff. The currency exchange was the most confusing thing to me. Was definitely not aware of how much money I was spending, so I often overdrafted my bank account on this trip. I'm also a very picky eater, so there wasn't much I'd try or even eat in general. Zinak's mom made pancakes, but I was like, yes, I love pancakes. But the pancakes are different. Like they were like flat pancakes that you'd put like jelly on and stuff or peanut butter. I don't know, man. If any of you guys live in Norway and that's normal, let me know in the comments. But it was like a flat pancake, almost like a soft shell taco, I guess. Anyways, it wasn't what I was expecting, so I didn't eat it and I felt very bad. Paper straws were also something that was a bit strange, but hey, it was a fun trip and all. Now, hanging out with Zinak, we went to a couple places I can remember. There was an amazing zipline park. It had bridges in the air, zip lines, literally obstacle courses in the air. You are harnessed, so you won't die. I'd go to another one if I could find one. It was a very fun experience. I also got to jump off this large pole. Okay, guys, so in like almost the middle of nothing, it seems, there's this jumping tower. I don't really think there was a name, so I'll just call it the jumping tower. Anyways, you put a harness on and you climb to the top of what felt like 100 feet, maybe taller than that. I don't have the exact height, but I was like, yo, Zinak, let's hop on this. Let's go jump off it. He was like, nah, I'm not doing it. Anyways, after the epic climb, you literally just jump off. It was scary, but very cool. Definitely a weird rush for all the thrill seekers like me. I will say one more thing about this. It's a suspended fall, which doesn't look like you're falling that fast when you're watching other people do it. But I came to the ground so fast, like I didn't land it. I just like landed on like my side. Or like I landed on my feet, but like just crumbled. Maybe I'm too obese. Anyways, after all of this trip, we got to travel back home, and by we, I mean me. Guys, the TSA when you go to different countries is very strict. They ask you a bunch of questions about all aspects of your travel. What you do for work, why you're going, everything, guys. You know, they gotta make sure you're not doing anything suspicious. You get questioned about all the airport stops of your travel. I did have a layover, so I got to briefly be in the airport of another country. I think it was Greenland, I want to say, but I don't remember. Anyways, guys, I got back home super late at night, and I was so excited to see my dog. He was so happy to see me as well. He ain't never jumped so high in his life. I was very happy to see my mom as well. Very close with my mom. All in all, both experiences were super cool, and I'm very grateful I got to meet these guys. So if you guys learned anything from this video, number 1, Mr. Robuilder got to go to a different country. Number 2, meeting your online friends might be scary at first, but it's something I'd recommend to everyone tries to do once you get to an age that you can travel yourself. But I do think that's going to wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy and you want to see more videos like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.